Good morning, divers.
Huh?
Are you prepared for a dive today? To the dive site, we are going down on a dive down to 25 meters, and there you will actually see beautiful coral reefs and schools of bluefins, sharks, swordfish. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were with me, you will be out in the Indian Ocean on a dive boat, all rigged up, prepared to descend. And there I was. I actually descended with my group of divers, and there I was. And before I knew it, something strange happened. As trained in diving, right, you are supposed to deflate your floating device so you could actually descend to the waters gradually. However, I felt something was pulling me back. I wasn't descending as I was supposed to. And before I know it, I was floating up to the surface. And no one knew that I was missing. Why? Because I didn't have a buddy. Normally in diving, you have to have a buddy. So on the surface water was choppy. And I was just up there, and in front of me there were rocks. And big, huge, giant waves was crushing to the rocks. And I was just 100, 200 meters away. I was kind of taken aback of the surface conditions. And there, I felt a squeeze, right, sensation. And then I found out that my floating device was actually malfunctioning. Instead of deflating, it was inflating non-stop. So just imagine yourself squeezed in a big, big balloon, squeezed tight. And before I know it, blood was rushing up my head. I couldn't breathe. I was suffocating and hyperventilating. And until I know it, I just grabbed hold of them. Thank God there was a manual release valve to let some air out so I could breathe. There it was, still floating, bobbing, but still floating. And there I was, realizing my predicament. I was alone at sea. No vessel in sight. Just horizon, the sea, the waves, and the rocks in front of me. I was scared. I was scared. Was I gonna drown, right? So negative thoughts came into my mind. Who has watched open sea, open water, right? I thought I was going to drown, right? In open water, there was a couple in the shark-infested water. I could imagine myself to be the female lead, but where was my guy lead? There wasn't no muscular diver next to me. I'm gonna die alone. And soon after, the Jaws music came into my mind. Dum dum, dum dum, dum 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 dum. Sharks. Is there gonna be sharks swallowing me alive? Right? I panicked. I was really panicking. But I told myself, okay, stop. You have to actually stay calm. Stay calm. There I was. I recollected myself and I started breathing. Caroline, to get this thing out of your mind, you have to stay calm, which I did. So when I, gained my composure, what I did was quickly, right, the waves were moving me right to the rocks. The only smart thing to do was to fin away, which I did. Fin, the hardest. I tell you, seconds was like minutes, minutes were like hours. I tried to keep myself calm as much as I can. And then in the horizon, I saw a motorboat, a sampan motorboat. Thank God! And then I start waving. Help! Help! And then the fishermen saw me and I saw them waving. But they didn't come into my my direction. They just rode off. They must be saying hi to me. I thought that I was saying hello. My hopes came and went in a jiffy. And there I was. I told myself, okay, stay calm, stay calm. And the next thing you know, right? Dark clouds started gathering. The sea became choppier and choppier. I was bobbing up and down. I was gulping in seawater. I tell you, no matter how I tried to think to stay calm, I felt myself crying out. I cried out in the big blue sea. I said, oh God, I'm not ready to go yet. And as I cried, my visions blurred. And in the distance, I saw a boat, another boat. And thank God it was the boat that took us to the diving. So the boatman came and picked me up. I just climbed on board. And all I could say was, thank God! And then the boatman, you know, the first thing he said, hey, you're so quick, 15 minutes, you're done, not up yet. Oh, so quick. Then I was like, not 30 minutes yet? God, it seemed like a lifetime to me. And this incident taught me 3 things. 1, if you ever go diving, never leave the boat without your buddy. 2, in a precarious situation, stay calm. Because in a panic situation, you would have probably, fared much worse. So stay calm. And when life throws you lemons, make lemonade out of it. As what Rudolph Giuliani said, if you land yourself in a fix, or you get yourself into a crisis or an emergency situation, be the calmest person in the room. And soon, you will figure your way out. Back to you, Toastmasters of the evening.